Hello guys, welcome back to new episode of C++. In this episode, I will be setting up C++ development environment on Linux. Okay, so I will be using Ubuntu. Ubuntu is from the Debian family, but I will be guiding you guys throughout this video for the other Linux flavor as well. For example, if you are using Red Hat, CentOS, Fedora or something else, some other Linux, so I will be guiding you for this for other Linux as well. Okay, so for the Ubuntu, I will be using Vscode for the I can say for the Linux setup. I will be using Vscode because Vscode is a simple editor, but it contains so many plugins and it's free to use. There are multiple IDEs in Linux as well, for example CLine, but the CLine is not the free. So I will be using VS Code, which is free and easy to manage. So I will be downloading some development tools and downloading VS Code, and I will be guiding you how to quickly set up your C++ dev environment in Linux. So let's get started and see how C++ development environment works in Linux. Let's get started.
Alright, first we will install the development tools for C++ on Linux, so we need to run the following command using a root or sudo write. Okay, so for the Debian Linux or the Ubuntu which I am using right now, I will be running this command sudo apt install build essentials. Okay, so this command will install the necessary tools for the C++, for example, C++ compiler like G++, GCC, and other tools which are necessary for the building or running the C++ code. Moreover, we need to install the CMake as well to manage our build scripts to build the C++ code on our Linux environment. For the Debian Linux, we need to run the following commands sudo apt and sudo apt install CMake to install the CMake on Debian Linux or Ubuntu, which I'm using right now. And for the Red Hat Enterprise Linux family, for the development tools of C++, we need to run the following command sudo yum groupinstall development tools. And for the CMake, we need to run the command sudo yum install CMake. So this command will install so many packages, but specifically we need a compiler and a CMake, C++ compiler and CMake for the build script. But we need there are some other tools which are necessary for the development of C++. So these commands will help us to install everything in just running a one command. If you want to know more about CMake, what a CMake is and how the CMake works, so you need to just follow the my playlist for CMake, Road to CMake. I have shared the link in this video on the top right corner. You just need to go and learn about CMake, how the CMake works, and what is CMake. After installing the build tools, we need to install the VS Code editor. Opening the following link code.visualstudio.com, the link has already been mentioned in the description below. To download or install the VS Code in Linux, we need to run the following commands. For example, first we need to run the sudo apt-get install wget jpg, and we can just do simple, just copy it and just open a terminal here and paste it. And when you will run it, I've already installed it on my Linux, so I don't need to install it again. You just need to run this command first. After that, we need to run these commands sudo apt install apt transport https sudo apt update and install code. We need to run this command one by one. So these command will install VS Code editor for your Ubuntu or Debian Linux. If you are using a Red Hat Linux, Fedora or CentOS based distribution, you need to run this simple commands. It's just mentioned here. You need to run this, or if you are using a DNF package manager in Linux or yum, you just need to run these commands with a root or sudo write. So the VS Code will also install in your Red Hat Enterprise Linux distribution, Fedora, CentOS, or any other Linux you are using. After the installation has been completed, you need to launch a VS Code. For example, you need to just write VS Code. Here it is, Visual Studio Code. You just need to launch the VS Code and need to install the plugins which will be needed for the development of C++ on VS Code. We need to install the following plugins: C++ for the IntelliSense, debugging, and other stuff, and extension pack and CMake language support for the, we can say, CMake language support and everything. We need to install this plugin CMake, and CMake tool will installed with the CMake plugin. We need to install these following plugins to start the development of C++ using VS Code editor. After installing the plugins, we need to open an empty folder for which we are using the folder which we are using for the development of C++ code. Okay, so we just need to press this open folder, and we need to open an empty folder. So let's go on desktop and create one folder, name it C++ tutorial, and create it. Okay, and I will open this folder. After the folders get open, you just need to press Ctrl Shift P. The command palette will open, and you can see there will be a CMake quick start, or you can type, because I've recently used it, that's why it's on top. So I will just press CMake quick start. Okay, so it will scan for the kits. With what are the kits? So kits are the compiler for the C++ code. So I will be selecting this GCC kit, and now it's asking to name the project. So I will be naming it C++ tutorial and press enter. Then it will be asking for the type of project, which type of project we need to build. Maybe we will just creating a library, or we are just creating an executable. So when I create, right now we need to create an executable, so I will just press executable, and okay, so it generates the build script CMake list, and there will be a main.cpp is also there with just a simple hello world program. Let's compile this program and see that our C++ build environment in Linux is working fine or not. Okay, so these steps for the Red Hat Enterprise Linux are also same. There is no difference. Just need to install VS Code, install the plugins, and just need to open an empty folder and configure your project just using a CMake quick start. Okay, you can see there is a launch button just on the bottom of Visual VS Code editor. You will just press this, and it start building up your code, and it's linking an executable, and it completed everything, compilation and everything, and you can see hello world has been printed on the console of VS Code editor. It means your Linux C++ development environment is working fine, and it's ready to use.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and now you guys know how to set up your C++ environment in Linux. So please subscribe my channel, like, share, and follow my channel for the further updates. Thank you guys.